Someday, here's what I'll do. Take you to a land as pure and sweet as you, sweet Mirona. In the midnight sun, we'll pack our things and we'll set off. We'll leave this crowded city. We'll head up north. We'll head up north. When someday comes, this new world, it never slows down. And I'm tired of these same old sounds. This town just talks of gold. We won't take it with us. We don't need it where we're going. So we won't. The wind still blows and the river still runs. Do you hear the mountains call? Can you hear them skinny legs and arms? They call. There, you don't need time. Eat when you are hungry. Sleep when you are tired. What is time? But a state of mind. The wind still blows and the river still runs. In the land of the midnight sun, do you hear the call of the wild? Can you hear it? Mother Nature's charm, it calls. Someday, here's what I'll do. Take you to a land as pure and sweet as you, sweet Mirona, my sweet one.
All right. Thanks for joining us. To those of you out there, we've just started the Facebook live stream for the listening party for the Legend of Bent Roads Tavern Volume 5. This is the fifth and final volume of the Legend of Bent Roads Tavern. This has been a year-long project of restoring, remastering, uncovering, redoing some of the music that is near and dear to our hearts from several years ago, before the band went on a very long, indefinite hiatus. We've spent the last year getting a lot of our old material ready for release and released to uh, the public at large for the first time in our history. We've never commercially released any of our music, and we thought that this would be the right time to do it. And we are ready to go, and I've got Jim Reekin with me, and we are going to get started momentarily here. So welcome, Jim, and just, your microphone's on there. Why don't you just say hello? Hi, Jim. Can you
How's it
hear me?
going?
Good. All right, thanks for joining me. I see that Brian's joining us as well. That's awesome. Welcome, Brian.
Hey guys.
Okay.
Hey, Brian.
So
What's up, Jim?
So we're now live, and we're gonna kick things off in a minute here. But maybe first, I wanted to just kind of set the scene and talk a little bit about the Volume 5 and how that came to be. So we started this, the song that you heard at the very beginning of the stream here, that was Sweet Mirona. That was a recording that we did as a group late last year after hearing of the passing of one of the founding members of Bent Rose Tavern, Christian Stockmo. We're coming up on a 1 year anniversary of his passing, and what we wanted to do when we heard the news, we wanted to pay tribute to him by putting together a revitalized recording of one of the songs that he had written with us that we had in our archives, but were never able to really properly do justice. And we recorded the song, we put it out on Spotify at the end of last year, and it was we were really proud of how it turned out, and we wanted to share it with the world, and that kind of inspired us to go on a bit of a crusade to revisit our old material and put all this music that we had that had never been released out into. We wanted to put it together and release it, and we started with just the one song. We then released another single, a fan favorite called "Let's Go to Newfoundland," and that kind of built from there. And then we released a full The Legend of Bent Rose Tavern Volume 1 and 2. And through the year, we continued to curate and compile our music and tell the story, and that resulted in having The Legend of Bent Rose Tavern Volumes 3 and 4 released at the end of August, and we were able to generate some really interesting press, and we got some really nice attention with that. And kind of right around the time that we were releasing it, I reached out to Jim, who was the frontman for Bent Rose Tavern. It was renamed to Bent Roads in late 2003, and he took over for me as the frontman of the group, and had written a number of songs with the group, and also on the side as an up and coming songwriter in Vancouver in the mid 2000s, and the recordings that Jim had put forward to me when I was curating for this project were a series of recordings that he had done either solo or with the pianist of Bent Rose Tavern, Graham Langridge, and also with Brad Dean, the original bass player. And so the songs that are on Volume 5 are largely the songs that were from the era when Jim was the primary frontman, and was leading the group with Graham, Jimmy Cook, and Brad and Anthony, and so the first single, and this is the first song that we're going to listen to here in the listening party, is called Rainstorm. And this is even though this song was originally written and recorded back in, Jim can correct me, I think it was 2006 or 2007.
Yeah, I think it was 2007.
2007. This is the first time that it's been released, and so it's as far as the music consuming public out there is concerned, this is a brand new folk tune from Bent Road's Tavern. And maybe Jim, if you could just give a few words to set us up here on the inspiration for the song, how and when it was recorded, and what you were thinking of at the time when you wrote it.
Sure. Yeah, I think this was one of the very first of the Sunday songs that I wrote with Graham, where we had a sort of a competition of who could write a song every week. It was probably for about 12 weeks where we did this and came up with all these songs. And yeah, I think this was the first one. And yeah, it's sort of about, times in your life when you're in sort of relationships where you kind of feel like you're being tossed around and you're looking sort of for that calm in the eye of the storm.
Cool. And so was it ever performed live?
Yeah, I played it at a bunch of like open mic nights, and sort of other small venues like that. Yeah, a lot of these songs I would play at open mic nights in Vancouver.
Cool. Right on. Okay, so without further ado, here is Rainstorm.
A turning, twisting tornado. It's got me caught in its grip, but it won't let go till I give into its roar. And promise that I won't run anymore. All of the others have laid low, ducked their heads in the sand, afraid down below, locked their houses and stayed home. And I'm outside here in this downpour, but I put on my raincoat and stay outside. This storm can't bother me, 'cause how many times have I tried to climb back to the only to be thrown away again? And we both know that the words blow harder than even anything that nature could afford to show. Never listen to it anymore. I'm bigger than this little rainstorm. Will it do after I've grown? Will it continue to seek the weak to prey on, taking all they have to give, until there is no other reason to live? And after waiting a short while, caught outside here in this downpour, but I put on my raincoat and stay outside. This storm can't bother me, 'cause how many times have I tried to climb back to the only to be thrown away again? And we both know that the words blow harder than even anything that nature could afford to show. Never listen to it anymore. I'm bigger than this little rainstorm. I'm bigger than this rainstorm. Pitter patter, little rainstorm. I'm bigger than this rainstorm. Have I tried to climb back to the only to be thrown away again? We both know that the words blow harder than even anything that nature could afford to show. Never listen to it anymore. I'm bigger than this little rainstorm. How many times have I tried to climb back to the the words blow harder than even anything that nature could afford to show. Never
right, so that was Rainstorm. Very nicely done, Jim. So that Graham wanted me to make sure that song got a look when I was curating for this one, and Graham just joined us. So hi, Graham.
Hey guys.
So yeah, I think there's about a half dozen to a dozen people joining us right now. So welcome to everybody that's signed online, and we are going to record this, and I'll put it out there for listeners to take a look at later, and also so that we have a record of it. So right now I've got Jim, guitar and frontman. We've got Brian Lynch, drums, percussion, and we got Graham, piano and vocals. Also contributed some bass parts on some of the songs to the Legend of Bent Roads Tavern. And we're carrying on here. We just got past the first song, Rainstorm, which is the first single off of Volume 5. Volume 5 is 9 tracks. The majority of them are written and recorded by Jim with Graham and with Brad. A couple of them are by myself. A couple's just small songs that we'll get to later. The second track on the album is called Every Intention, and this is one that I wrote actually back when I was living in Fort McMurray. This would have been during the time that Jim was playing a lot of music with Graham, kind of the tail end of Bent Roads Tavern's run there, and I wasn't actively with the group, but I was still writing and recording music, and I was living in Fort McMurray working the oil patch in the environmental industry, and this song, Every Intention, I actually had completely forgotten that I wrote it, and I completely forgot that I recorded it, and I was going through all of my files, and I found these old recordings of me with a guitar, mumbling words and playing chord progressions and to melodies into my HP desktop computer microphone, and I, for whatever reason, I kept this recording. And I kind of liked the melody of it, and I liked some of the words that I had written down back at the time. This would have been 2006, but I couldn't salvage it for the Legend of Bent Roads Tavern, so I decided to just re-record it. I did the majority of the parts. I did the guitar, the bass, the electric guitars, the vocals, and the violin. Believe it or not, I can only play a couple notes at a time, but I was able to get some scratching violin sounds in there. And Graham came through at the 11th hour and got me a really nice piano line to go along with it. And the drums are actually a loop that I was able to secure for the recording, and I just liked how the beat kind of went along with it. So this is Every Intention. I believe will be the second single off of Volume 5. It's a bit of a departure from the contemporary folk. Kind of shows some of the elements of the post-rock and alt-rock influences of the group. But I'm going to play it here now, and then we can either chat about it after, or we can keep going along. So here we go. This is Every Intention.
As if that was my only chance. are singing from downtown, taking sharp matter, absolutely I am. No, that wasn't one your only chance. So never give up again and start waking up. I have every intention of loving my life. I get an okay reception in the storm outside. Oh, I'm not the dreams I had when I was young. It's overwhelming now. I've come undone. I've come undone. I had every intention of loving my life. I got okay reception in the storm outside. Oh, if you're not the dreams you had when you were young, it's alright, my friend, 'cause we're not done. No, we're not done.
All right. What'd you think, guys? Good.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah, Graham, thanks for helping me out with that one. I wanted to finish it, but it was one of those ones that I thought, well, if I'm gonna finish it, I may as well just get it done, and got it just on time.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna move on here to the next song on Volume 5 is a track called "Running Around in Circles." It's another one of Jim Reekin's songwriting, and maybe between you, Jim, and Graham, you guys were spending a lot of time writing and recording together back at this time. Why don't you guys set up the song and tell me a little bit more about what this the Sunday songs are all about.
The Sunday songs were Jim writing awesome songs and me writing crap. That's what the Sunday songs were.
Actually, that's not true. There are, unfortunately for our listeners, there are some gems, some pure gold from Graham that I could not convince him to let me release. But there's maybe one day we'll get maybe not a volume 6, but some kind of like reprise of the Legend of Bent Rose Tavern.
You never know. You never know. Jim, was that an actual Sunday song, this one? Was that a Sunday song?
I think all of these songs are Sunday songs.
Okay.
Yeah, I just remember like we did it over email because I think you were living in Salmon Arm or you moved to Red Deer already. It might have been Salmon Arm.
Yeah, I wasn't Red Deer yet. I don't think.
We just like email our recordings to each other on Sunday and give ourselves like a professional review.
Yeah. I remember it lasted quite a few weeks too. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a good couple months.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely had some Saturday nights just scrambling to get anything done.
Oh, yeah. But it always got done.
Yeah.
So Jim, why don't you set up Running Around in Circles specifically?
Sure. I mean, this song was, I think I just came up with the main sort of finger-picked riff, and then kind of wrote the song first and then added the lyrics afterwards. Sort of similar theme to a lot of these songs. Sort of about, feeling like you're sort of in limbo and, chasing yourself and catching your tail. Yeah,
I mentioned earlier what really grabbed me about Running Around in Circles is that guitar riff right at the beginning. It sounds to me a lot like very post rock. it almost has like a Do Make Say Think feel from History and Rust album. I'm not sure if you probably hadn't heard of it. I don't know if it even had come out by the time that you wrote this, but yeah, I really dig the main guitar line here. So here we go. This is Running Around in Circles.
Lately I feel that time's not on my side. I wake up and the day flies by, the hours pass in the blink of an eye. Of an eye. I can't help but think that I'm lost and gone astray, and getting deeper every day. All the colors fade to gray. They fade to gray. And I don't see an end to this. The well's running dry. Something's missing. I don't know why. It's like I'm running around in circles, chasing me down all day. Everything's alright. Well, I tend to disagree, because it never works out for me. Seems like it should be so easy. So easy. And I don't see an end to this. The well's running dry. Something's missing. Don't know why. It's like I'm running around in circles, chasing me down all day. And I don't see an end to this. The well's running dry. Something's missing. Don't know why. Don't know why.
All right, so that was Running Around in Circles. Love that tune. Yeah. Is that Graham? Is that you on piano, or did Jim you do all of that yourself? Oh, shoot. Sorry, Jim, I didn't have you turned up there.
No, it's on me.
It's all
Did
you.
all the recording sort of in my bedroom.
Nicely done.
Yeah, Jim never needed anybody else.
Yeah, for the time, like as far as non-professional recording setups go, like that's a really clean recording. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to move on here now to the next track. Once again, courtesy of Jim Reekin. This is Sometimes. Jim, is there any setup you can do here?
Not too much. I kind of wanted the song to have a build with a big finish, and I tried layering a bunch of guitars
Cool.
over everything.
What's the song about?
I don't know, trying to stay positive when you're feeling down.
Right on. This is Timeless Lessons, hey? Here we go.
Yeah.
This is Sometimes.
Step down the stairs with a bottle in hand, thinking life's not so grand without her. She left him alone in those April showers that last for hours, with his heart on the line. Sometimes it's hard to see that life's not meant to be full of heartache and misery, breaking us down. When everything feels slow and there's nowhere else to go, remember that you're not alone, and it'll feel better. She left in her car, didn't get very far down the boulevard before stopping. But he had already gone. It didn't take long for him to move on and to go home. Sometimes it's hard to see that life's not meant to be full of heartache and misery, breaking us down. When everything feels slow, there's nowhere else to go, remember that you're not alone, it'll feel better. Old and gray can look back and say that we've had bad days, but the rest of life's worth the wait. Yeah, the rest of life's worth the wait.
All right, there you go. Very nice. That's a good song for these times, I think. Very nice. Okay, so for those of you that are joining us on the Facebook Live feed. If you do have any questions or if you have any comments or say hi, we might not be able to get to any questions right during the live feed because of the delay that we have with the video and audio. But if you leave messages or anything like that, we will see it and we'll follow up with you after the live stream. But we'll continue along here. We've got two more of Jim's classic tunes here. We're going to set this next one up. It's One by One. And Jim, why don't you give us some words on this one?
This is kind of a silly song. Sort of just started with the drum beat and had this bass line going on. And then added the rest of the music, but it's sort of just a story about what would happen if aliens arrived at a planet, tried to say hi, people on the planet got scared, started doing things, then the aliens got scared, and sort of what would happen there.
Wow, I did not pick that up on that. Slow on the uptake.
Yeah,
Right on.
So,
That's good context. Okay, guys, this is Graham. Do you know this one?
What was it called again?
One by One.
Oh yeah.
What were your impressions when you heard this one?
Sunday songs are just the best.
Graham, what were your impressions when you heard this one?
Way back.
Yeah.
Probably that I suck at writing songs.
This is the problem, Graham.
probably
This is why your pure gold classic gems here are not represented properly. You're way too hard on yourself.
Well, okay, I'll just say that anytime Jim sent me a Sunday song, it was always wanted me to up my game the next week because they were always so good.
Okay, right on. Here we go. This is One by One.
And fingers to live in harmony. Look down at the ground. They're all running around. We're stuck. There's nowhere for us to run. Have they gone to break us one by one? Wait and see. Maybe this time is different, and they will be friendly. No cavalry. Just open hands and fingers to live in harmony. We'll wait and see. Maybe this time is different, and they will be friendly. No cavalry. Just open hands and fingers to live in harmony.
Okay, we're back. You know what? Now that Now that you gave me that context, now I can hear it. Now it sounds like it's about aliens. Right on. Okay, so I want to get. We got lots of time. It's I figured we go until about 10 p.m. Mountain Time. We've got although there's a number of tracks left. This next one, Buddies, is the last full length song, and the remaining three are really just a couple short clips and short guitar noodlings here. So we'll get to those, but first I wanted to talk a little bit about Buddies. If I understand correctly, Jim, this is actually a song that has Brad Dean in the recording. Is that right?
Yeah, Brad and I, for a couple of weeks, we kind of tried to do the same thing that Graham and I did, and tried to write some songs. And yeah, I think this one, Brad is playing the egg shaker. So if you hear the egg shaker in this song, it's Brad shaking the egg shaker.
Is he playing bass too?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if there's actually bass in this song.
Okay.
But yeah, if there's bass, it's probably him.
Right on. So our friend Brad, he passed away in a cycling accident 4 years ago, I think to the day actually. And it's just by pure coincidence that that the release date coincided with that. I actually didn't know that it was the 4-year anniversary until about a couple weeks ago, but I had already set the date. I've talked to Adele and got her blessing to put on this listening party. So I did want to dedicate this one to Brad. The Legend of Bent Road's Tavern, in its entirety, really is dedicated to the memory of both Brad and Christian. In a terrible twist of fate, the Christian's passing was only a couple days from now, 1 year ago. So but anyway, if you on our Instagram, if you go into the link in our bio, there's a link tree, and one of the links is a link to the Brad Dean Memorial Fund. You can learn more about a fund that's been set up in his honor by his family to raise money, and that money goes to an award that is given to music students in the school that Brad taught at. He was a music teacher. Virtuoso bass player. His contributions to Bent Road's Tavern are obviously irreplaceable. And if you go back into volumes 1 through 3, mostly, anything that's any of the bass tracks, any of the bass lines on there are all Brad. There's some really interesting bass solos in there. Check it out. So anyway, here is Buddies. This is for our buddy Brad.
Yesterday was a big surprise. My best friend left to start a new life in a city that is miles and miles away from here. It doesn't seem that long ago that we were playing songs and watching shows. No cares and worries about our lives or where we'd be in 5 years' time. Everything starts to change, and nothing feels the same. It's out of control. I'm out of my mind. All the things I know seem out of place and time. I'm learning to swim in the deep end, climbing up without a safety net. Don't know exactly where I'm going, but I'm making my way through it. Put on my suit and went downtown to the offices to look around for a job so I could pay the rent next Tuesday. Works like a test, but it's not the same. Instead of passing class, it's getting paid. So much to learn, I don't know exactly where to start. And everything starts to change. And nothing feels the same. It's out of control. I'm out of my mind. All the things I know seem out of place and time. I'm learning to swim in the deep end. I'm climbing up without a safety net. Don't know exactly where I'm going, but I'm making my way through it. And it's out of control. I'm out of my mind. All the things I know seem out of place and time. I'm learning to swim in the deep end. I'm climbing up without a safety net. Don't know exactly where I'm going, but I'm making my way through it.
All right. Yeah, that's a beautiful tune. That one I'd love to hear recorded with a full band. I think that would be on my list for sure.
Yeah, it's good, Jim.
Okay, so as we near the end of the track listing here, the next track is called Christian's Monologue. Now, this one actually is not a this one's not a song with any instruments or music. This is a bit of an Easter egg in the Legend of Beck Road's Tavern. So as I was going through the material for curating the songs of this, I came across a number of our live recordings from the gallery back in 2003, and in between one of the songs and leading up into a song that honestly we had all kind of forgotten about, but it was one that Christian had written very recently before we played it, and it was actually to the point where none of us even knew how to play it. So he was just going to do it by himself, and we ended up jamming along to it a bit. But the song was called Caitlin's Page of Curiosity, and in the limited edition compact disc we only had 100 made of volume 3 and 4. Caitlin's Page of Curiosity by Christian Stockmo is one of the bonus tracks, and it wasn't actually released on Spotify or iTunes or anything like that until today, because today we've at the same time as releasing volume 5, we've also released the entire Legend of Beck Road's Tavern as a single as a single album. It's just 36 tracks, several hours of material. It has the entire thing from volume 1 right through to volume 5. So Caitlin's Page of Curiosity is the track that this sets up. But Christian's Monologue, it's a bit of an interesting preamble. Oh shoot! I've lost my guys here. Sorry about this. I just want to get. Sorry guys. I'm just trying to get the Google Meet connection back up and running here.
Yeah.
Are you guys there?
There he goes.
Okay, here I am.
Oh, he's back.
All right, we're back.
Okay, we're not entirely back. I am still... There's an issue with my Facebook Live feed. Just a sec.
Well, we vamped. We covered it for you really well. I think it was
We nailed it, man.
gold. It's gold.
It's a 5-minute bass solo. That's how good it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just give me a sec here. I have no idea if people on Facebook live stream still have the stream or not.
Well, I have a window open.
Do you?
There's still stuff going on.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like and you can.
It's closed caption, so it's saying what you said 10 seconds ago. So yeah.
Okay.
I think
good.
it nailed it. Yeah.
Right on.
Going.
Okay. Well, it's good to know that it's got its priorities straight. All right. So, all right. Well, we'll carry on. As far as my streaming platform says it's still streaming. As long as you guys, if you can monitor the Facebook live stream, just make sure it's still happening. That'd be good. All right. So this is Christian's Monologue. There's no instruments to this. This is just the preamble to Caitlin's page of curiosity. So. If this sparks your interest, take a look at Caitlin's page of curiosity on Legend of Ben Rose Tavern.
I think these next ones are going to be a couple of slow ones to turn the evening off. Upbeat! Oh, God!
We were ahead of those ones already.
Yeah.
I love getting
Okay,
booed.
we're
It's awesome
going to
getting booed on
compromise
stage.
with the guys up front here. We'll do a slow song, and then we'll do an upbeat song. Nice! Okay, and I haven't asked Caitlin for permission to use her poetry yet, and we'll see how it works out. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. I wanted to make sure that we had a little bit of Christian in the last volume there. Just to make sure that as his influence has really been really woven through the fabric of Bent Rose Tavern from over the years, and it was really Christian that started Bent Rose Tavern in the first place way back in at the end of 2001. It was his vision to bring us all together and to play some eclectic music, and if it wasn't for Christian getting us to meet some of the best friends in my life, I would have never met. So here's to Christian, and so check it out. Caitlin's page of curiosity that goes along with that. So the next one, the next track here is called Marble Mountain Beck. For a wedding. So I wrote this song when I was living in Fort McMurray, 2007, I believe. This was, I was asked to play, so it was written for the wedding of Matthew Beck and Carmen Marble, hence the name Marble Mountain Beck, both avid mountaineers and hikers in the mountains, also devoted bent heads back in the day, I had the honor of playing at their wedding, and I wrote this song and played it at their ceremony. Now, I did record this song with a flautist in Calgary, and so that recording was presented to Matt and Carmen at their wedding at the same time that the two of us played it live. But this recording here is the first recording of it. When I was putting down the idea, it's and the quality of the recording isn't great, but it sort of captures the kind of the essence of the song. And when I was putting it together and mixing it, actually, I had microphones in my home studio monitoring my kids playing with some friends that were over. From our bubble group here, and I kind of liked how the sounds of the kids playing and running around in the background fit along with this soul recording. So you kind of get a bit of a temporal mind trip here. So recorded 2007, and some guest appearances of my kids in the background. This is Marble Mountain Beck. and Beck. Okay, so we're at the end of the track listing. There's just one more track left from the Legend of Bent Roads Tavern Volume 5. The last tune, this again, so the songs that I had written that are on this this compilation are ones from the period of time between about 2004 and 2007. I was still writing and recording music with Graham, kind of in isolation, but Jim was working with Bent Rose Tavern in Vancouver, and this last song is one that I recorded myself in Fort McMurray. I was, like I said earlier, I was working there for the first couple of years after leaving university, and this tune is sort of I was listening to a lot of Do Make Say Think at the time, so a lot of post-rock influences mixed with traditional folk melodies. It's another instrumental tune. It's only a minute and a half long. It's called Athabascan Lament because I was living in the far northern part of Alberta and the Athabasca region, and wasn't really playing music much outside of my bedroom. So this is what I had come up with. Here we go. This is Athabascan Lament. Okay. All right, so that's the end of the track listing for the Legend of Bent Rose Tavern Volume 5. I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in, and we are recording this, and I'm going to put it up online. There's a couple people across the pond that are eagerly interested in watching this. Of course, Anthony, our saxophonist, is in Bristol, UK, so it's the middle of the night there, so he wasn't able to join. And some of our devoted fans and friends in Europe and UK, they'll have a chance to take a look at this as well. Also, Liz wasn't able to join us. Of course, she's front lines battling COVID right now, so we thank her for all the work she's doing, keeping Canadians safe. Any final thoughts from Graham, Jim, Brian?
This was super cool, super fun to be a part of. It was a blast from the past, hearing all these old songs and just revisiting those memories.
Yeah, my hope is to maybe, like, depending on what the feedback is on this, it would be fun to do this again with you guys maybe start at the beginning and do one for every one of the volumes, volume 1 through 4. What I'd really like to do is press some of this to vinyl. Take the highest quality recordings, the fan favorites, and pick just kind of the top 10 to 12 tracks and maybe press vinyl. It's really expensive to do, so we haven't been able to justify it yet. But if I can prove demand, and we think we can sell them, I'll definitely have it pressed. So, yeah, Graham.
I'll take one.
Yeah, right on. $60.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can we make a small one?
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Graham?
I'll buy 2 for $60 each.
See the point? No, there needs to be more than just the people that are on the recordings. I mean, I know my mom would buy one.
My mom won't.
All right. Any final thoughts, Graham?
No, it's been cool with you, Colin, like looking at all the old, official Bent Rose Tavern stuff, but I hadn't listened to the Jim Sunday songs in a long time, and they're just so awesome. It was a treat to listen to them again. I used to listen to them sometimes. I used to listen to that all the time, not just sometimes, but it'd been a while, so that was a treat. Yeah. It was a real treat. Right, Jim, you write good songs, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Brian, what about you?
Well, I've never actually heard some of Jim's songs. I mean, when that was all happening, I was on the other side of the country, in graduate school, and I pretty much lost touch with BRT for a long time. And it's cool to hear that it went on, and I'm ready to get back into it. I think that some of our best songs are ahead of us and not behind us, and I want to find out what those sound like.
Right on. Yeah, no, I'm with you there. We've already started putting some bed tracks down for our next recording project, and I've got all the minstrels lined up to be involved in those recordings. Not sure what the live music situation is going to look like, but definitely, live music is what I live for. So I want to get back into the studio, get some material put down, start marketing it. I mean, I know it's certainly difficult these days to find a career in professional musicianship, but that doesn't stop most people from at least putting their best work out there and doing what they love, which is playing music. So. I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in, and anybody that's tuning in to the recording that we're releasing, the recording of this webcast after the fact. Welcome and thank you for listening all the way to the end. I'm going to close out here, and I'm just going to replay the first single from The Legend of Bent Rose Tavern, which is Rainstorm. This is you can request this song on any of the 53 community college radio stations across Canada. You can stream it, Spotify, iTunes, any of the platforms. The entire Legend of Bent Rose Tavern is now available on all available streaming platforms, be it Amazon, be it YouTube, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, all of those others, more obscure ones that I can't keep up with, but it's all there, and here we go. This is Rainstorm sending you out. Thank you again for listening.
A turning, twisting tornado has got me caught in its grip, but it won't let go till I give in to its roar. Promise that I won't run anymore. All of the others have laid low, ducked their heads in the sand, afraid down below, locked their houses and stayed home. And I'm outside here in this downpour, but I put on my raincoat and stay outside. This storm can't bother me, 'cause how many times have I tried to climb back to the after I've grown? Will it continue to seek the weak to prey on, taking all they have to give, until there is no other reason to live? And after waiting a short while, caught outside here in this downpour, but I'll put on my raincoat and stay outside. This storm can't bother me, 'cause how many times have I tried to climb back to the only to be thrown away again? We both know that the words blow harder than even anything that they can put up for sure. Never listen to it